Hello, I am your teacher, Mr. Pacitti, and this is my classroom here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So put away your mobile phones, put away your Scuba Steve action figures. It's time to concentrate, it's time to study. This is SmackDown Live, and this is Graded. Kicking things off with the New Day, who of course captured their 5th tag team titles last week on SmackDown, defeating the Bludgeon Brothers, making them not your 1-time, not your 2-time, not your 3-time, not your 4-time, but your can you dig it, sucker? Out comes Booker T. But not even Booker T. King Booker. What a start to SmackDown. Booker T welcomes Lord Xavier the Wise, Sir Kofi the Brave, and Big E to the 5-timer championship club of all time. His words, not mine. Says, can you dig it, sucker? Again, does the spinneroonie. That's pretty much it. I'm giving this opening segment a B grade. Sure, there was no character or storyline development, but sometimes things don't need that. Things can just be fun. And this was entertaining as hell. I love Booker T. He's probably the only good thing about pay-per-view pre-shows. Not because he's good, but because he's legitimately insane. Completely and utterly mental. And I love him. So this is a B from me. Really, really like this. So the New Day join commentary for a triple threat tag team match featuring The Bar, Gallows and Anderson, and the Colognes. And let me get this straight, the winners of this triple threat tag team match go on to face the winners of next week's triple threat tag team match. And the winners of that tag team match face the New Day in a tag team match at Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Live tag titles. Cool. Not too much to say about this match. I like the finishing sequence with the Good Brothers going for the Magic Killer, and then they're hit by Epico with a backstabber, double backstabbers from the Colognes, and then Cesaro makes the blind tag, comes in, uppercut, bro kick on the outside. Your winners are The Bar, who pick up a B, as well as the victory. I know which is more important to them. A fun little match. I like seeing The Bar pick up the win, and it's nice to see Epico back from injury. Lovely stuff. Backstage now with SmackDown Live General Manager Paige, who is joined by Rusev, Lana, and Aiden English, who I think are babyface this week. You can never tell. Paige announces that next week the team of Aiden English and Rusev will take on Sanity and the Usos in one of those triple threat tag team matches that I mentioned earlier, with the winners going on to face the New Day at Hell in a Cell. Maybe in a Hell in a Cell match. I don't know. It turns out that Aiden English was the one that approached Paige to set this match up. What a good guy, which probably means that next week he'll cock things up for the team of Aiden English and Rusev, and we will finally, maybe, if we're lucky, get the pre-show match that we've all been clamouring for, Rusev versus Aiden English. Who knows? Who knows? To the ring with Jeff Hardy, who uses loads of big words. He says that Randy Orton has eradicated all of his rational thoughts, that Randy Orton made him believe he could fly. He believed he could touch the sky. Thinks about it every night and day. Spreads his wings and cut this, it's too cheap. Jeff said that after putting Randy Orton through a table on last week's SmackDown that he felt alive, that his no doubt near crippling back pain has been deleted. I worry about Jeff. Out comes Randy Orton, who says that he is not finished working on Jeff, that he's going to leave Jeff in a pile of broken bones, and you can call him the Viper, you can call him the Legend Killer, you can call him the Apex Predator, you can call him the Handjob Handshaker, but you only need to refer to him as the 3 most destructive words in sports entertainment today, RK. No! Jeff just went, no! And Jeff said that he's going to take him to hell. And he sets up a match inside a Hell in a Cell, at Hell in a Cell. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. I'll get the grade out of the way now. I'm going to give this one a C+. I would say that out of all of the feuds that are happening on both Raw and SmackDown, this is probably one of the matches that I'd least like to see inside a Hell in a Cell. Like, you've got AJ and Samoa Joe, which is so personal, and it needs to be contained in a Hell in a Cell. And then you've got Becky and Charlotte, which in a few weeks I think will be there too, if not already. It's really personal. And then you've got this one. And essentially, I'm just worried that Jeff is going to jump off the top of the cell and kill himself. Please don't. Backstage now with former SmackDown Live Women's Champion Carmella, who claims responsibility for the Women's Revolution. She hypes her rematch for the title with Charlotte Flair tonight, and then is followed by R-Truth, who does the joke, which is becoming less and less funny each and every week, saying that he needs to pin Carmella. I know a lot of people still like it. Repetition and all that, it works, but it's getting old for me now. To the ring, and out comes Naomi, who is followed by the Iconics with the cheap heat. And tonight we are getting Billie Kay versus Naomi in a match which was pretty rubbish, and as such gets a D from me. Fortunately, it was short, but it was also pretty sloppy in places. It's interesting to see the Iconics getting a bit of a push. I guess that's leading up to the Super Show in Australia. That's probably the reason why, so don't expect that to last for too long. But yeah, this was meh. Next up, a promo from Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. Daniel Bryan says that The Miz is a crappy actor, and then Brie Bella says it felt so good to punch Maurice in the face, and then Daniel Bryan says, yeah, that was pretty hot. You dirty little hairy bastard. Anyway, enter Andrade, Cien, Almas, and Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega runs down Almas' accomplishments, putting Sin Cara on the shelf, taking AJ Styles to the limit, ending Rusev Day, being a better wrestler, character, and person than Alberto Del Rio. I think she said that. And then Paige comes out and sets up a match for right now, Daniel Bryan versus Andrade, Cien, Almas, and this was fantastic. Some very cool stuff here. You really actually do need to go and watch this match. That spinning elbow that Almas does is just so good. Halfway through the match, The Miz's music hits. He comes out, tries to make the distraction, but gets taken out with a tope suicida. Bryan locks in the yes lock, looks like he's about to win, but then outside the ring, Maurice attacks Brie Bella, and then inside the ring, Daniel Bryan is attacked by The Miz, and in the immortal words of Gorilla Monsoon, it is pandemonium. So the match ends in DQ with Daniel Bryan picking up a win, and this was actually one of my favourite Daniel Bryan matches since his return. I thought that Andrade Cien Almas, who's always so intense in the ring, matched Daniel Bryan really nicely, and Daniel Bryan sort of upped his game and became more intense because of that. It felt like a real competition. And although this is obviously to build to the Hell in a Cell tag team match between The Miz and Maurice and Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella, actually sort of made me want to just see more Daniel Bryan versus Andrade Cien Almas, which isn't a bad thing, so hopefully we get that in the future. After the match, Almas hits the hammerlock DDT, and then Daniel Bryan is locked in a crossface by The Miz, and they drag in Brie Bella so she has to watch in this horribly sadistic display, and then Zelina Vega hits the running knees, and then Maurice hits a DDT, The Miz with the skull-crushing finale, and as I say, this is just like sadistic, horrible, horrible stuff. Heat for days, everybody gets heat here. Zelina Vega, Almas, Miz, Maurice, they all look like total and utter bellends, and it was fantastic, and because of that, I'm going to give it an A. Because I'm feeling very, very generous today, but more importantly because it was actually brilliant. Backstage now with SmackDown Live Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, who says that Becky is blaming her because Becky can't capture the big one, and Charlotte Flair won't apologise for having ambition and busting her ass every single damn day. Curiously, they muted the crowd for this one because although they're trying to present Charlotte here as the workhorse champion, she was definitely getting booed out of the building. To the ring now with WWE Champion AJ Styles, who says that he's going to put an end to Samoa Joe's mind games, that he wants Samoa Joe out here right now. Cue Samoa Joe on the Tron. Oh, AJ. Joe says that he's not done playing daddy just yet, and then he takes his phone out of his pocket and he dials AJ's wife, Wendy Styles, and says, "How's our little Andy?" He's just gross. He's a gross man. Joe says that he's going to do exactly what he said he was going to do, and that's send AJ Styles home. And then before hanging up, he asks if they're still on for that back-to-school barbecue next week. In fact, maybe he'll pop by on Tuesday. He's just a dirty bastard. Another great promo from Samoa Joe, who is playing this character perfectly. This is the most that I've enjoyed him since he came to WWE, including his NXT run, and I can't wait to see if he turns up at AJ Styles' house, presumably the house that AJ Styles built, next week. I think this is really, really fantastic, and as such, it's another A from me. The generosity continues. Main event time, and it's time for Carmella to get her rematch against Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Live Women's title, and putting together her match against Becky Lynch, the triple threat at SummerSlam, and then this match against Charlotte Flair tonight. It is unbelievable how far Carmella has come in the ring. Like, she's really, really impressive now, so fair play to her. Again, if you haven't already seen it, go and watch it. Don't just watch this review, because it was a really great match. It's definitely worth watching. Carmella in control for large portions of the match. She hits a beautiful Hurricane Rana from the top rope and then lots of super kicks, but is ultimately put away by Charlotte Flair with the figure eight. And Charlotte retains the title. Then out comes Becky Lynch. Becky lays in the punches on Charlotte to a huge reaction from the crowd, and then grabs a mic and says that she is going to get her title back at Hell in a Cell You bitch! Let's just put aside if Becky Lynch should have turned heel, just for one moment. If she's going to be heel, have her be this heel, Stone Cold Becky Lynch. Don't have her insult the crowd when they're obviously behind her, just have her tear things up. Be a badass, say naughty words. This was really, really great. So this was a huge step in the right direction, and I'm going to give Charlotte Flair versus Carmella a B+. In fact, no. I'm going to take into account the post-match beatdown from Becky Lynch. I'm going to give this one an A triple threat tag team match of A grades. What a lovely episode of SmackDown this was. As I say, another great episode of SmackDown. This one gets an A- from me. Naomi versus Billie Kay aside, this was pretty much flawless. Sensible storytelling, logical booking, great matches, real entertainment value. What more could you want? A joke. Obviously. What did CM Punk say to Adam Copeland after Adam tried to kiss him during a match? I'm straight edge. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.